Hold on, Brian. What you doing? Don't go on the table. Alright, y'all. I gotta zoom in on my face. Because I got a shirt. I got a little bralette on. And I want my nipples on the internet. But I'm comfortable, okay? It's time for bed. Sure. Y'all gonna zoom in on my face. Y'all gonna zoom in on my... We could go a little bit out. Right there, it's good. Right there. Right there. Black, come on, man. Get off the table. We just talked about this. There's not enough space for you to be on here. You could sit on my lap. That's it. Say hi. You ain't said hi to YouTube in a while. Say hi. You know the difference between YouTube and TikTok? Why you acting like that? You be real moody. Alright, you guys sit down though. Why you going back on the table? Alright. Hi, confident. That's Black Pepper. That's my baby, my companion. Hi, Queasy. Alright, let's see what we got, What do we have? Holy Spirit, Angel Guide. Thank you, Becky. I don't know. I've been indecisive about which decks I want to use. But I feel like maybe somebody's been indecisive. Right? It's like they don't know how to go about something. What's the energy? Okay, so we got a High Priestess. Someone's intuition is going off, but I'm also seeing intimacy. Someone wants intimacy. They want a deep connection. They're craving. It's like yearning. Someone keeps thinking about passion. Being touched, or a time they were touched, like by somebody that they wanted to be touched by. Why is the High Priestess here? Five of Swords. Ooh. Something forbidden. Because we got two people. So we got this High Priestess. Five of Swords. Two of Swords. Somebody had to make a choice. I don't feel like the High Priestess was competing. I feel like she knew that there was somebody else. She knew that there was somebody else. Somebody had to make a choice. What is this about? Magician. Okay, so we got some tea. You funny, Daya, your little horny ass. But that's me. Okay, this is what I see. I feel like this masculine had two people he was dealing with. And the High Priestess knew about it. She's one of them. She's one of them. So I don't know if this person was in a whole relationship or he just had two options. It don't feel like that though. I don't get them type of energies. Like, people are always single, but they'll deal with more than one. So I feel like he was single, but he had a main, let's say it like that. He had a main. And this high priestess came into the picture, but she was manifested. She was manifested by this masculine. But see, the masculine didn't know that, okay? This masculine is the King of Pentacles. He manifested this high priestess into his life, but he was dealing with somebody, and the person he was dealing with was his main. So he would always go back and forth with this person because it's like they were friends with benefit, but it was more than that, but they weren't exclusive. So he just didn't want to commit to anybody, but it's like he would get whatever he need from her. But he manifested that high priestess. Okay, so why is the high priestess involved in this? He didn't lie, but he didn't tell the whole truth either. He didn't tell everything. Here comes the juice, the tea. Seven of Swords, the Devil, upright. So what is the truth? Three of Cups. So this third party, hold on. Why is the Lovers here? Two of Cups. Ooh, what else? This is the masculine. This is the King of Pentacles thinking about the past. It's weird because he's the one that is stressed out right now. Right? But we start off with her energy, the High Priestess. She knew what he was doing the entire time. It's like she was looking right at them. So she knew this masculine was attracted to her and wanted to pursue her, but she knew that somebody else was in this masculine's energy. And I think this is the masculine's point of view because he's reflecting on the past. He's like, it's like in his mind, he's reflecting on the past, but he's looking at the High Priestess. That's her. So he's thinking about her and he's remembering that he put her in competition. He had a choice to make, but it's like he wasn't making that choice. You get me? But he was manifesting that High Priestess. So it's like, I don't know if it's even future or anything like that, but he was manifesting something. I feel like this is the very, very beginning of the storyline. He was manifesting something with that High Priestess, but was in the middle of something with somebody else. And then he wasn't making a choice if he was going to leave that connection and then go to the High Priestess. But he kept manifesting the High Priestess. And he was keeping this hidden, so he didn't lie to her, right? He's single. But he didn't tell her he was dealing with somebody. I feel like he worked his way around it. And then we have the Devil. So he was dealing with somebody that he had a sexual connection with, Ty. Right? That's where that passion energy was coming from that I felt. It was very strong. Like, they had good sex. They had bomb sex, okay? That's why he was there. He was hooked. But, you know, sometimes it's like when somebody learns your body like that or you connect on that level, it makes you... It's feeding some sort of loneliness, intimacy. So don't get jealous. Look at it from that perspective. Because it's like the loneliness that was in him. He didn't see this person as someone he wanted to really be with. He loved her in his own way. She's a soulmate, right? That's why they kept going back to each other, but she was fulfilling a need, and she knew his body in that way. And, orgasms, releasing, it feels good in that moment. But it's like every time, it's like you're kind of having sex with the wrong person, and it's not based off of love or a real connection. It drains you. And you keep craving for that energy over and over and over again. So you're not really craving that person, mind, body, and soul. It's an illusion. You just want that feeling all the time of like to feel good in that moment because you're so low, you're so unhappy. People that are happy with themselves, they don't just be out here having sex with anybody. It's not to say that we don't get, like we animals, we're evolved animals, so we get there, but we satisfied ourselves. It's better to satisfy yourself than be with the wrong person, just letting them drain you. You get me? Like those of us that know, we really know. And we be the ones with the high sex drive. But it's controlled because it doesn't come from a need of validation. It comes from, I want to love you. This is a love exchange. Like we could feel good, we could be freaky, all of that, but let's love each other. Like, you get me? They weren't making love, they were fucking. But it's like it was temporary fulfillment, because right after the arguments happen again, and then, you become unattracted to somebody over time, where it's like they don't know how to talk to you, they don't know how to, like, you don't feel respected by them. Like, it's fun for a little while, the toxicity, but that gets played out. And I feel like that's what was happening in this situation. But this masculine still kept being pulled in by this feminine. They had this dance, right? It was very toxic. It was a toxic attachment. And they did this all the time. So this is what this masculine is looking at, because this is the same masculine that we have that's been awakening to how he treated the high priestess, right? Which he's discovering is like she's an empress. So he's remembering all those things that he did. Like, look, he was wearing a mask. He felt his freest with her. He felt like, it's crazy because he felt safe with her. He felt like her spirit, like she could see him, the real him. But it didn't creep him out. It wasn't because of her intuition. It wasn't like a how do you know? Because I don't think she gave him that energy for him to know any of those things, but it was more of like I feel seen by her, like she doesn't really want anything from me. But his toxicity, like, that still overrules all of that. You get me? Because then you'll still have your negative mind telling you things like the opposite of that. Negative things, like she wants something from you, you just haven't seen it yet, or this or that. Like, she wouldn't really like you, like, we're our worst enemy. We're only us. Nobody can out talk us when we want to talk crazy to ourselves. You get me? So I feel like he was so engaged in that toxicity, that toxic place, that even though he felt drawn to her and he wanted her and he was manifesting her, he actually manifested her because something in him was already calling out for that change. But it's like when she came in, he was still in this place and he had the opportunity to be pulled out by her, but he was making a choice and he was choosing the passion and the desire. Even though he called her in, his vibration, his frequency called her in, and then he got exactly what he was manifesting, and then made a choice to stay attached to the toxicity, but was manifesting her the whole time. It's like his energy is calling out to her, his body is calling out to her, his mind is calling out to her, everything in him is calling out to her. but he don't want to do the work, so he's just like, he's being stuck there. And he knew she was she was his Two of Cups. That's why he's in this place, because it's a feeling of like, I know she's the one for me. I'm never gonna find somebody else like her. I don't even think that I want to find somebody else that's how do I say it? Like, even if he could be with somebody else that was like her, like a replica of her or something, he don't want that. He wants her. You get me? And it's like, he doesn't want to change counterparts or soulmates. He wants her. So he's just like, damn. He's reflecting on how he messed up the situation, the connection, because he wasn't being 100% honest. Okay, so what's the issue? But the reason why she came out first is because as he's reflecting on it, it's crazy. Like, I wish y'all could see it from beginning to end, how my cards look. But it's like, this is her, and then we end with him here. And in between, it's all the cards of the storyline of how it all played out. But she always saw it. So she always knew that they were involved with somebody else. They thought they were hiding it, and they thought they were doing a good job hiding it because they were keeping it a secret from her. That's why they're stressed out, because they're like, she knew the whole time that I was dealing with this person, and she knows why. And then they're feeling guilty because they know why they were attached to the person when they could have had her. They could have been with her. They could have been building with her. And they were choosing to be low vibrational. So it's like they're ashamed. They're embarrassed. But it's not a shame and an embarrassed because of their ego. Their ego is actually shattering. They're seeing how egotistical they were. And it makes them feel bad about themselves that they treated her like that. Like, so they feel ashamed that she could see through them, like, that even when they thought they were hiding from her, she saw them. So what is it about that makes them feel ashamed? They're stuck. Wait, no. Let's do that over, because I had all of these in reverse. Black, see, no, come on. I feel like I just answered that about them being ashamed. Thinking of what else I should ask. Because that's how they feel. Okay, what would they want to say? Like, what energy are they in? Black, you gonna come up here distracting me? What would they want to say? So they're like, if they could go back to the past, hi beautiful soul. If they could go back to the past, they would do things differently, right? They would actually move towards her. They would take action towards her. So they want a do-over. They would if she... What? Just don't climb on here. You gotta rule something, huh? Like, I'm trying to show your pause. Look at her. She gotta be on something. Just don't climb on the table, understand? Agreed? Okay. They wish they could go back to the past They would do things differently. They would tell her how attracted they are to her, right? They admire her. They like really, really like her a lot, a lot. They feel all kind of feelings, but I feel like they block their feelings really, really well. Does he with your cat eating? Oh my God. Y'all be thinking I'll be extra with black. Look at her. Can you see her? She went in my shirt. Like, can you see her moving around? Y'all see her? That's my shirt. This the shit. Oh, it was about to come up. This the shit that black does. Look, black. Why is my phone doing that? My cat. Hold on, I gotta put the screen up. My bad. I ain't gotta see no nipples. Oh my God, black. I'm like, why is my shirt tugging? Oh, my cat. I love her. She's so funny. But anyways, I've been distracted today, y'all. Like, I'm so tired. I've had a long day. And then my cat is doing stuff. So it's going to be some interruptions. I also feel like it's connected to the energy. It's delays. This is going to happen. It's going to happen for somebody. But there's delays. You get me? This person is working through... They're doing the inner work. They're going through a dark night of the soul. So a lot of things they're awakening to, and it's not making them feel good. Awakenings, when you start awakening to your shadow energy, like people operate out of their shadow energy and they're not awakened to it because it's conditioned. Some of it is conditioned. You get me? So when you awaken to it, that's your fears and your trauma, all of those ugly things, and that you see about yourself like, damn, I thought I was perfect. I thought I was sweet, right? Like when I was a perfectionist, I never thought I was better than people, but there was a big ego with that. Like perfectionists they have a big ego. That's why Virgos have a big ego, right? Because it's the perfectionism. You're always striving for perfection, and you're critical of things, even if you don't mean to be. It's just like you're nitpick. You have the tendency to nitpick because you're striving for perfection. You don't have room for failure. You don't like failure. So the need to be perfect at things can make you so strategic, and then it can make you like, that's how he thought. All his moves were strategic. He wasn't being with that karmic for love. It was just, he wanted intimacy. He knew he wanted more with the high priestess, so he wasn't going to treat her like that. He knew she wasn't going to let him play with her like that, or she wouldn't have respected him in that way, seeing him as somebody more than just passion. But he wanted passion. He wanted to feed his desires. He didn't want to grow up because he had fears. He had fears about it. He wasn't ready, even if he wanted it. But the attraction was there. The love was there. The desire was there. But the fear kept him back. So he behaved a certain way out of fear. And that's the dark night of the soul. That's the shadow. Hi, extra. That's the shadow. So he's awakening to his shadow. How ugly he's been. How he treated her. He put her in competition that she wasn't aware of. She didn't know she was competing, right? That's how it made her feel. So he's like, if I could do things over, I would go back to the past and I would run in her direction. Okay. So we know what he would do in the past. What is he gonna do now? What's his plans? We got Ace of Pentacles. What else? He's hermiting. He is alone. I don't think he's connected to that feminine anymore. I'll ask in a second. But he's by himself. This is an opportunity for him to be alone, though. Because I feel like this masculine has codependency issues. That's what this high priestess didn't see. She might have thought he was ready. She might, and maybe in the physical sense he's ready, but not in the spiritual. Right? Just the shell of him is ready, not the inner workings of him is ready. And it's like while she's building herself in the world, he's building up himself spiritually. So that's how it aligns. Right? And this is an opportunity for him to be alone, for him to hermit. So even though this high priestess walked away because what she's seen, she needed to do that, and he needed to be alone so that he can have these realizations about his behavior. So it's like that they need to speak up too. Because lately my throat, their throat chakra has to awaken. Like this masculine does not express their emotions, their feelings. They don't even know how. Right? Oh. Like I think that they would stutter. They don't know how. So this is a great time for them to process so that they can grow and learn how to say how they feel and go after what they want and not save it for later. This is a lot of work for him. This is not the King of Swords coming out. This is not something that he can be strategic about. Like, he can't be strategic about her feelings, her emotions. Why is it Three of Swords here? Okay, good. He's gotten full-blown clarity about why he hurt her, how he hurt her. Because he created the conflict by juggling her. Okay, so he's learned that lesson. Instead of offering commitment, reciprocating. And he wasn't changing. Yeah, she stopped reaching out. That's how she could have felt too, waiting for him. Yeah, okay. So Spirit is giving the tea. He's starting to realize that that's how he was making her feel. He wasn't hitting her up because he was over there getting his freak on with old girl. He didn't think it was wrong when he was doing it. Oh, my nose keeps itching. Sorry, that's because somebody being nosy. Either it's somebody on my side. Y'all not gonna find out the tea on me by watching me. Like, I'm very aware of everything that I say. If I say it, it's because I want to say it. These are so many different storylines. Y'all don't know what's my storyline. But my nose be itching because somebody being nosy. It's only when I do these readings I be having all these problems with my body. But but yeah, they could have had her feeling like that. I think they're starting to realize, like, that's how I made her feel. She was waiting for me. They weren't reciprocating. They weren't committed in no way. They wouldn't talk. They wouldn't open up. They wouldn't hang out with her. So it's like, what the fuck? What do you want me around for if you're not even going to spend time with me? You're not opening up to me. You don't talk to me. I think that's how she felt. remember, she knew, she saw it, the high priestess. She's like, they're dealing with somebody else. She might know exactly who they are too, that he was dealing with. But the other part of this is like, what I'm seeing is that this masculine was depressed. Ooh. You know why he was depressed? Because while he was with Sexy over there, he was getting drained. Literally. Like, you know, after you orgasm, it's like, you're tired, you want to go to sleep. But when you feel drained, you're dealing with an energy vampire. You're unmotivated, you're depressed, you sad. That was his energy. So even if he wanted to talk to the high priestess, he couldn't. Because he was drained dealing with that karmic. He couldn't. He was depressed and he was trying to hide that. He doesn't want her to see him like that. He wants her to see him as this King of Pentacles. So he thought hiding that other feminine, because he was like, he had an attachment to her. I don't care to get into like karmics and their relationship and stuff. It's not important because it's all toxic. But he had a toxic love attachment to her. You get me? But like they weren't together. Or he could have been in a relationship, but I'm not really seeing nothing that indicates that. I'm not seeing a 10 of cups. I'm just seeing like passion, sex, attachment, devil energy, unhealthy attachment too. But he was looking for intimacy. He was avoiding the inner work he needed to do. When you don't heal yourself, you look for it in other people, other things, validation. So this masculine is somebody who does seek validation. They like attention. That's how it makes them feel good, happy, seen, secure. So here goes this phone. So they didn't want to talk. They didn't want to reach out because they were being drained. But they would always think of her. I don't think they felt guilty about what they were doing either, because they just didn't see it from that perspective. The way they literally saw it was like they were living a double life. Not really, but yes, really. To where it's like they were trying to keep those two worlds separate. The high priestess was like their fantasy, the person they dream about, the person they desire, really want to start something with, that they're intrigued by. But Sexy, big Sexy over there, she's the freak of the night. She's the rock my world so my pain go away, right? She's for fun. She's a good time, and it's a false sense of love. It's like it makes him feel loved without him having to commit, without him having to, right? Because then it's like when you're in a toxic type of love pattern, you argue, you make each other mad, and then you see who's gonna give in first. The feminine would probably give in, and then that make him feel loved, right? It makes him feel like the masculine because he's being pursued. He's being shown how much he's appreciated. Like I said, when people need you to validate them, tell them, that's an insecure person. Hi, Fitzroy. I'll just say Roy. Hi, Roy. That's a insecure person. So y'all know I break down the psychology of these characters, but that's insecurity. So he was insecure, but he didn't really see it that way because the insecurity is masked with the fake sense of love. So when real love come in, you don't know how to accept that, receive that. right? But I'm speaking from the masculine's perspective because that's the reality of it for him. It's like, if he knew better, he would have did better, but he didn't know better. He's actually doing really well for what he didn't know or was presented to him. You have to learn some way. So if you've never seen it before, you've never been confronted with the issue, how do you expect that person to learn? This high priestess was the one who like showed this masculine that what he was doing wasn't good for the relationship, right? Her boundaries, what she's not going to accept. So it pushed him to do that work, to reflect, because he does care about her. He does want her. And he's feeling like he's missing the person that he really wants. And he left her alone while he was pursuing his desires. He could have been building with her. He could have put his fears aside. He could have took a risk and just jumped into the connection, but he couldn't because he was so drained and he really was depressed, but he doesn't want to tell anybody that if he let her get close to him, she's going to see that part of him, and he doesn't want her to see that. He wants to be the hero. He want to be the cool guy, the King of Pentacles, the one who got no problems, no worries, because he's Mr. Perfect. And he could have also seen her as that, put her on that pedestal that he couldn't even reach, right? Because he felt like, I'm so attracted to her, I'm so magnetized by her, but he stayed where it was easier to be. And it was all about him. He could not think about her perspective. He could not think about how she felt. So he needed time to grow. I don't think that he's great at money, with his money either. Even though he's that King of Pentacles. He's feeling like he has to hurry up and do this transformation. What is this money here? This Page of Pentacles. Something about money. I think he has some debts he needs to pay. He has some financial problems. And it's like he wanted to solve it. He was saving up for something. Or maybe even if he didn't have like financial problems, he was working hard, doing extra jobs, work, to have enough money for something. But it had to do for his future. So it could be that like he's thinking about buying a home, something with more space. Like he's just building up his life to be a provider. Even if he hadn't found the right feminine, but I feel like he was a King of Pentacles, but it's like he's independent on his own. He doesn't have enough to take care of a family, provide. And he wasn't thinking about those things when he was messing with the karmic, because he wasn't inspired by the karmic to want that life. He was okay with being single. He was okay with where he was. And all he had was him to take care of. So I feel like he was taking his time building, but he wasn't ready for a family. He wasn't ready to bring a feminine into his life. Because it's the type of masculine who would want to provide. But his pride is also there. I mean, what he had or what he has could be enough for her. But he don't know because he's not getting to know her. You get me? But I think he might like spending money, so it's not even about her. It's about his ego, his pride, what he finds important. And it might not even be about that either. It's just his lifestyle that he wants to live. So he didn't feel ready for a serious commitment. That's why he settled for the false reality of love, because he doesn't have to commit to that feminine and he can get all of those benefits. He's not alone. That's the codependency. So that's really why he was choosing that path. It had nothing to do with the high priestess not being good enough. He put her on a pedestal. She was the standard of what he needed to work himself up to in his mind. But she didn't know that. You get me? So I feel like he was trying to clean up his life before he approached her, like he was trying to get straight. But he probably still wasn't making that great of choices or decisions, because I feel like he was moving very slow. But he was very tired, or he is very tired. He felt like he couldn't have this future until he got that stuff situated, because of what his desires are. He watched her and he talked about her, though. He could have told his friends, like, that's who I want to be with. Oh, he had a whole plan. Wow. We about to end it, y'all. He had a whole plan. He said, it's like this masculine is smart. I think that it went like this. He met that feminine. He wanted that feminine, but he knew he wasn't ready to be with her. Not because he didn't want to, but he took her seriously. He took her seriously and he thought so highly of her. He put her on a pedestal. And it made him feel like he had to get to her level, right? He knew that he was lacking in some areas, but she didn't know that. She judged him based off of what she's seen, but she didn't know what he really internally dealt with. If you don't know someone, right? And this masculine could be very private. He doesn't show himself, reveal himself. So in his inner world, it was like he met someone that he felt like that's the type of person he want to marry. He loved everything about her, but he didn't feel enough for her. And then he knew that he had to get himself ready for her. So he started clearing up some things in his life. I think one of it being the main thing was his finances, because it's like she inspired him to want to build, right, like a family, home. But he has his own lifestyle, his own plans of what that looks like for him. So he's the type that wants like a comfortable lifestyle. King of Pentacles, like comfort. It's not just about like the big house, the big flashy house to show off to other people, but he cares about his social status, class, whatever. But he likes to enjoy things in life, you get me? So like I said, he had it for him being a solo person, but he felt like he didn't have enough for a family. If kids come into the play, if she has kids, you get me? Those are the things that he was thinking about. So he's like, I'm gonna stay away from her. Hey, Black Goddess. I'm gonna stay away from her until I get my stuff together. But I'm tempted by her. I'm attracted to her, and I don't want to lose her. So he was trying to be strategic, but didn't feel like he had enough. He didn't feel he was enough until he can get all of these things done together. But he started working on it when he met her. Before then, he wasn't inspired to do it because he was just having passion, right? And then I don't think this is a masculine who bounce around. He has self-respect. He is loyal. So even if he was single, he was probably still only sleeping with that one feminine, right? That he was attached to, because it's like they were in a relationship without being in a relationship. It was a false love. But it was like the toxicity, the passion. It worked for him. It worked for him because when conflict would happen, it's like they would have their little breakup. But they always come back together because technically we were never together. Right? They do a little toxicity. We've been there. We all have that one toxic person we was there with. So that's his situation. That's not like ain't no need for jealousy. Like when you get past that, what you have with your person when it's true love, it don't matter who you've ever had. Like you've healed from that. You get me? You'll have great sex again. Like some toxic sex is just good because it was the power that came with it or whatever, right? But and made it passionate. But it's like you get tired of that, being drained. When you start growing out of that energy, you're not even attracted to that person sexually. You don't want them, especially if you've tasted no pun intended something divine, right? Your palate is gonna change. It has to. You don't go to a 5-star restaurant, eat something magnificent, and then go home and feel like it's gonna hit the same if you try to make it. Like, it's not the same ingredients. That experience was that experience. You get me? So, but you can learn how to make it. It's not impossible because somebody created it, but you're just not gonna have that experience all the time. So it's like he recognized that she was amazing, but in his defense, he didn't feel ready. He wasn't. So he was trying to prepare, but at the same time he was distracting himself still with this karmic because he still wasn't ready. So it's like he still wanted love. He still had the codependencies. And I feel like he was focused on the external workings. So he was focused on like, oh, I found the person that I want. I gotta buy a house. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. You get me? Then I can date her. And then it's like being strategic about all his moves, that it's gonna play out this way. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have my little energy with my karmic over here, and I'll stay away from that high priestess so that I don't mess up our connection. I don't mess this up. That was his train of thought. He didn't think about like what she wants, right? He's not even thinking about including her in like the process of buying the house. They haven't even gotten in a relationship. He's thinking of doing everything. So that was his train of thought. So he didn't have bad intentions. He just didn't see her. So he couldn't understand how she was being affected by it, if she was communicating her feelings, her emotions. I feel like that Queen of Swords is representing her. Something she said to him was how he began to start to get balance. Because I think once she started to speak up about her boundaries and what she didn't accept, what she didn't like, and she did it in love. She did it in love. She didn't go off on him. And she kept her independence. She stood on business. She does for herself. So this masculine learned from her. He heard what she said. Even if he was slow at it, because remember, like I said, if you don't know no better, it's going to take time. It takes patience. You can't expect people to change overnight just because you tell them something. Like, they have to also see it. They have to see it, right? Because it's the same way sometimes we have to see it. Until you guys hear me explain these storylines, you see that person in a different way because you're not in their head. You get me? So it's the same thing for them. Until they see it, what you're talking about, then that's when they can work on it. And then you got to give them grace, patience. So whatever she said, it spoke to them. And he felt like she said it so lovingly. She didn't make him feel bad for the choices that he's been making or he's made. And she stand on her own. So it's like he's never seen that before. Like, she's not codependent like the karmic is. So now he's seeing a different reality, a different type of feminine. Oh my nose. He's seeing a different type of feminine. Like, she's not competing for him. She's not trying to make him give to her. She's not trying to make him, she's not begging him. She was giving him an offer. So it's like that inspired him to want to be this King of Wands. He wants to be just as confident as she is when it comes to that. Because I feel like he wasn't confident about being a part of a family. He wants that though. He wants to create his own, but he didn't feel confident enough to be like the leader of the household, right? To have that responsibility. But I think that it's also because of how he looked at things. He's dealing with an empress, so he doesn't have to do everything by himself. But I think that's what he remembers about her is like, she spoke to him. She was assertive, but she was gentle in her approach, and her gentleness, like, it spoke to him, and it inspired him. It made him want love, because I think he felt like his job was just to serve. He's a giver. He is. That's why he's working so hard, and that's why he stayed away from her, because he had these plans to just give her everything. It was never because he thought he was better than her. It was never because he didn't want her and he was choosing the other person over her. He always had plans for her. But it was like he was focused on the worldly desires rather than the connection. But I don't think feminines cared about that he's ever dealt with. They weren't emotional like her. They just wanted to win as long as they were in the front. So it's like he knows how to please those girls. He's used to dealing with competitive females that fight for his attention. But she was loving. She didn't fight. She wasn't karmic. And she stood by herself. She was by herself. Like, she's not codependent. She's like, I'll be by myself before I fight over you. If you want to play games over there, you could stay over there. Okay, so what they gonna do? We get it. What they gonna do? We got the world. We got justice. Okay, good. So they're changing. Right now, all that's there for them to do is to tap into their King of Cups. Remember, she came out as a Queen of Cups. So they want to match her energy. They want to be more loving, open, warm, reciprocating. I don't think this masculine's going to stay away. This masculine don't give me weak. He's very strong. He's very powerful. But I feel like she awakened him. And this is what it looks like when you awaken your masculine or your feminine. But it's really the masculine that awakens. If you're a male and you awaken, you're the feminine energy. But he just needed to open up. He needed to stop being strategic and go after what he wants. And he also needed to look at his wounds. So everything had to play out like this. Because in love, that's how you know something is real as well. When there's conflict, you have to fight through it. Like your love is tested. How do you know you really love that person if there's no trials and tribulations? Like, you don't wait till you get married to start working on your relationship. You start working on it before you even get into one. Right? You work on it while you're in one. But it's like they met for that reason. They met because they were supposed to inspire each other into more growth. Because the feminine had to learn too, but we not focused on her. The masculine energy is the one coming out right now. But we've had a lot of feminine, we've had a lot of readings where spirit talked to the feminines too. But right now it's on the masculine. They need to come, and they need to come correct. But this is them transitioning into an emperor. She awakened them. They are doing the work. They are seeing things differently because they wouldn't have been a good partner to her when she met them, when she wanted them. So they never really had a new beginning, and that's for a reason. So this connection is still protected. This connection still has an opportunity, but both need to be whole on their own. Both need to have that understanding, become that empress, emperor before union can take place. He needs to become this King of Cups, and he needs to realize that he doesn't have to have everything perfect. He's not in a partnership by himself. Like, that feminine can support him, but he needs to allow her to. It's like he feels like he's supposed to give all the love and then his idea of love, but he needs to understand that love is a partnership. It's teamwork. And he can give love, but so can the feminine. But he needs to learn that he's deserving of love. He didn't feel deserving of love because if he did, he wouldn't have been with that karmic, right? Accepting the false sense of love. So the feminine was his inspiration, his catalyst, and the person that he chooses all in one. So you know how they always say, like, a man changed for the woman that he wants? That's this energy. Hi, Jessica. That's this energy. So this masculine is changing for him because he wants better for himself, right? But it's for that feminine because she inspired him to change. But that's the divine masculine energy, how it awakens. It awakens by their divine feminine. So when it's real love, they're going to forgive each other. They're going to come into union. They'll find a way. But the masculine has to do the work. He has to reach out. He has to come after her. He has to make things right. But the universe set it up that way. So Pisces on Aries cups. So this masculine is just in his awakening period right now. He's moving as quick as he can. He's going at a timely manner. This connection is going to come back into union before the year is done. they'll travel into 2026 together. But these changes need to take place first. He needs his space to grow. He is growing. He's aligning himself to her. And she's a high priestess, so she already knows. She already knows. She knows who her masculine is. She knows what's happening, and she knows what needs to take place, because she's also connected to spirit, right? Spirit speaking to her. So yeah, and that was counterpart energy. Remember, I read past, present, future. So it might resonate with you, but if you don't see those changes happening in the connection you're in, you're probably still in a twin flame connection, because they sound very similar. But over time, you'll see the difference. But you have to trust your intuition. When spirit tells you to move forward, no matter how much you want somebody, you got to keep moving forward. Like, let these readings be insight, confirmation to some of the things you guys need to hear, know. Look at it as information that you're processing and filtering through. They're collective. So everything you hear is not for you. It's a collective. It's going to be for some other people. So take what resonates. And then keep moving, keep working on yourself, because as you work on yourself, it's naturally going to gravitate towards you. It has to. It's a pull. And then that's pretty much it. If you guys want to join the Patreon, where it's more focused on your energy as a collective, it's like personals. You guys can join that. The link is in the bio. Right now, I'm not offering personals because I'm doing the website before I do that. Then I'll offer personals. Make sure you guys read the website. Because if y'all ask me questions that's already on there, I'm going to direct you to the website. My nose is itching. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go to bed. I'm slow to the zodiacs. I'm still going to do them, y'all, but I'm not promising y'all when. Because like I said, I've been having my own shifts, my own upheavals, and I'm trying to jump timelines right now. Like, I've been on my journey for 4 years. I've been on my journey for 4 years. Since I've been awakened, healing, everything. That's really, really fast. And I'm trying to have everything by my 5th year. Because that's kind of like the timeline I gave myself, and kind of what Spirit told me. It was going to take me 5 years. But it's really only been 3 years. My life changed. The first year, I was still in California. I was still good. I had my system. But when I moved to the new state, that's when my life shifted. Because I didn't have no support. I built from the bottom. I'm talking about dirt, mud, okay? With 4 kids on my back. Don't play with me. And I built slow, but it's still pretty fast. 3 years, I had nothing. Just a car full of stuff. That's all I travel with. Like, my uncle drove my car down here from California. Then I stayed with my mom. Then I got my house. Then I moved in. Then I started building up Coffee with She and Tarot. So it's been a freaking journey. But I gave myself 5 years, so I'm really on my... How long have I had Coffee with She and Tarot? 2022. I think it was 2023. Yeah, 2023, 2024, 2025. 3 years. Next year is going to be 4 years. Damn. Okay, so that really did build really quickly. So I really got 2 more years. But I think by next year I'll be good. I'll be good. But anyways, my point was... Y'all know I'll be navigating. I know it'd be helping somebody. That's why I tell y'all, so it could inspire you. Because I'm very private. Even, like, I'm really just good at making people feel like they know me. Because of the things that I choose to say. But they really don't. Like, I'm a really crazy person. But anyways, I'm trying to jump timelines. And it's like, when you jump timelines, you gotta do everything you're being told in that moment. Like you can't lose the momentum. It's the momentum. So it don't matter how tired you are. It don't matter. Like, you gotta keep grinding, grinding, grinding. And then you jump timelines. You can't question what spirit tells you. When you start questioning it, you're delaying. You're delaying. You're setting yourself back. Right? Like, it's my time now. I'm on my timeline. So it's like, I'm not letting nothing drop me, because I've learned my lessons where I've had momentums before, but they would drop. They would drop because distractions would come in. If y'all, so y'all distracted right now, because remember I said all day today I've been doing these readings, I'll be distracted. When I start talking a lot, sometimes it's because I'm supposed to, but sometimes it's because I'm really distracted. I have really bad ADHD. Sometimes I can't control it, but I'm also connected to y'all's energy, the collective, right? So when you're really distracted, when you're trying to make progress, that's your timeline being delayed, because now you're fighting so many obstacles, right? But when you stop, like, you're going to lose your momentum, and then you're going to have to build up that momentum again. I've done it so many times that I've learned, like, hell the fuck no. When upheaval started, when my momentum came back, I don't give a fuck upheaval. Y'all not about to stop me and throw me off track again. I'm fighting through everything, bitch. And I did. So I'm there. I'm there where I need to be right now. And it's in a really, really great place. So I'm like, but I'm still working hard, like, behind the scenes. But I'm getting shit done because I'm preparing. Even if I don't know what I'm preparing for, I know that I'm preparing. But I do know what I'm preparing for. But I feel like what I'm preparing for is bigger than what I think it is, because I feel like Spirit is doing something. I could feel it. I just know that I'm supposed to be preparing, so I'm preparing. I'm doing what I'm being told. Like, I'm making room. You get me? I ain't focused on nothing but this right here. And you guys, of course. And you guys. So, but I'm here. I'm showing up as much as I can. I love you guys. Like I said, if you guys want more readings on insight into you, there's a Patreon. Link is in the bio. I also do the TikTok live replays in there, and affirmations and some other good stuff to help you guys be positive, healing, growing. Thank you, Black Goddess. Could be that. I mean, I am. I don't know who it's going to be, though. The only reason why I don't know is because I'm detached from any outcomes. I have an idea of who, but I don't hold on to the outcome of who, because I've given full controls, you get me, to the universe. Like, I know my timelines. I know my timelines. The thing is that I've encountered a couple counterparts, and the way this journey works, it's like that time that you're separated from them, you still haven't been in union, they've been growing too in your absence. So it's not about what happened in the journey, because you were a catalyst, right? We affect each other into growth. It's about who you become and who you want to choose as a partner, that you feel not just chemistry, but like your Empress and Emperor energy aligned to one another. Every household is different, right? No, I don't. That's such a random, weird question, but why does that matter? But what was I saying? They distracted me. What was I saying? See, it's been distractions. Like, I hate when I get thrown off something I was saying, because I feel like it was so important. Oh, I was talking about, like, me being ready. Yeah, it's like, I know it's coming. I know it's coming because I've learned a lot of lessons. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm focused on myself. So I don't have an expectation. My energy is clear. It's clear to where someone new can come in. You get me? Or someone from the past can return in new energy. It's clear. But it depends on who it is, because there are certain people that I've already made up my mind about that's like, no, I don't want to do over. Yeah, exactly. First stuff first. It's like I don't want to do over, and it's not because like any bad blood, but that's just not who I want as a partner. It's certain things you can't do with me. Like when it comes to messing up. You get me? Like you can't betray me to where like you backstab me. Cuz if you backstab me, I'll never trust you. That means every time I turn my back, I have to watch it. I have to worry about you. So those people that did that to me, it's like they could never get me back. Like my twin, he could never get me back. Never. My first counterpart, he can't get me back. Cause that was like, that betrayal was like, I can't get over that. Like, you made me a one night stand situation. The day that I got vulnerable with you, like, you ghosted me. That's fucked up. That's like really, really fucked up. So I hold grudges. I do. I'm a Pisces. I hold grudges. And I forget you. Like, that's my revenge, is that like you'll be in love with me crying, and I know I was good to you and you did some fucked up shit to me, so I am happily moving on with my life. I don't miss it. You know, who else can't get me back? My first twin flame, which is my first love, he can't get me back. I'm super over that. Because you met me when I was 14. You know me as a child. And like, you wasted so much fucking time. All my kids was supposed to be with him. But it's like I had a different life because he didn't choose me. Right? And then I still loved him while I was in that marriage, because it's like he still had my heart. So it's like he had my heart for a long ass time. And then even at 29, it's like you had another opportunity and you still botched it. Oh, fuck. I got to do something different. But that was when I really had my awakening. My awakening started with my first twin flame, actually, because he manifested me back. He manifested me. He manifested me through music. So he played all them sad songs about the girl that he loved and he missed that was always there. Like, and it pulled me in. And I think all my connections, we had music. I had music is like our manifestation tool. But he pulled me back in to where I reached out because I was feeling it so intensely, but I didn't know what was happening. And then I started learning that I'm like, oh, these niggas they be manifesting me. They be calling me in. That's why I be feeling this urge to reach out, because I'm feeling them. No, it was manifestation, because I wasn't talking to him. I wasn't married to my ex-husband for 10 years. So I didn't reach out to him. You get me? I was in my marriage. But I started having dreams about him, and I at that same time, me and my ex-husband was going through so much. It's like my world was literally shaking up, like I was waking up, because my ex-husband said something that triggered me, and I contemplate on the question. He asked what I would do when the kids left, like if I would still love him. And I realized that the only reason why I was there was because of the children. Like, I knew that, but like in that moment, I really saw it, where it was like, wait, what would life be like with you? Ew, like I'm not even happy with you now. So I'm going to be miserable with you when the kids are gone. And then like something in me was just like, I felt like I had to run. Like I didn't want that life. I didn't want that. And then I started, it was just like, I wasn't in love with my twin flame, but I thought I was, because it was like I wanted to be, because he was the only connection that I ever felt emotionally vulnerable with seeing, right? But that's first love. That's first love. We were very intimate in our connection. Like we talked about everything, even the weirdest stuff. Not weird like creepy weird, but like vulnerable weird. You get me? Like I shared my my intimate like scars with him, and he did too. So it's like it was more than just romance. It's like we had an actual friendship. We were best friends. So, and then that was my childhood. So it's like we went through a lot. We went to prom together. We used to be neighbors, and then I ended up moving away from him because my dad was like, you get me? Like, well, I don't want to get into my childhood, but like I didn't have that princess treatment growing up with my dad. So I was very masculine. Like I was a tomboy. So having my best friend live next door, it's like I could tell him everything, whatever. But my dad stopped that connection because my dad felt like I was a girl, he was a boy, and we were just friends at that point. But then we started sneaking out to see each other because my dad didn't want the relationship from happening or whatever, you get me? So it created like intimacy in a deeper way, because it's like not only are we best friends, now we're sneaking out late at night, we're creating memories. He was like, but see, my with him it was like he was healing and soothing, but he was an asshole too. He also created trauma. I thought I was ugly for a long time because he literally used to call me ugly. But you know when guys call a girl ugly, like when they're little, like they're in kindergarten and stuff, it's because they really have a crush on them. I believed him. I'm I'm not like I think I'm borderline autistic because I didn't pick up on social cues. The only thing that saved me is the fact that um I'm intuitive, right? Like I could see through, but picking up on cues, like I don't know that somebody likes you by being mean to you. I think you're mean. Like I think you're being honest with me because I'm honest with you. So I carried that for a long time, and when I was 29 is when I finally got the closure, because he would never admit that he liked me. He would never anything, and we lost our virginities together. But he acted like nothing changed, like it was just me. You get me? So we had such a confusing relationship because it's like we were codependent on each other. It was like it was a lot of care, but it was a lot of fighting. That's the twin flame dynamic. And I used to have dreams about him all the time, and all my dreams used to warn him. I would have bad dreams about him. I would dream he was like dragging me to hell. I remember the rapture came, and then he ascended and I didn't, but it was like a punishment to me. I remember like I would have dreams where he would be riding around in the car with his friends, and then he would act like he don't know me, but then like he would apologize to me later on. That's how all my twin flames were. It was always about their image. Like I just didn't fit their image, their social structure, lifestyle, whatever. So it's like they would be different with their peer groups, and then they'd be different with me. And that's how it was. It was like that in real life. When we were together, we had our own special bond. When we were in school, because we went to school together too, it was like we didn't know each other. But then he would get jealous because his friends would like me. You get me? Like, people would like me. Yeah, but we were kids. We were kids. You get me? That was puppy love. But he taught me a lot. So it's like I had scars because of him, and I saw myself beautiful because of him. Cuz he wasn't all bad. He just tried to hide his feelings. And then um and then he was being a kid, like an immature kid. Cuz when I got closure when I was 29, we talked about everything. That's when, and I even told him that. He was like, he didn't even know that that hurted me. He didn't even know that that made a wound, right? Because to him, he was like, I was just playing. Like, so I forgive him, but that was the person I loved the longest of my life, like half my life. And he never grew, he never changed, he never chose me. So it's like I got over that. I got over that fantasy, that idea, that desire, that, and I changed my direction. Like even if he changes, I don't want it. It's, I don't even think about it. I mean, the only time I talk about these connections is because I talk about twin flames and counterparts. So it's like I have to talk about it in that sense, but there's no attachment to it like, oh my god, I missed this, or I want this back, or you get me? Like, they come out in these storylines at times, but I don't miss it. I'm just like, oh, yeah, lived experience. I'm like, I'm sad for them, if anything, because it's like I knew it would happen. I used to always have this feeling, and I couldn't understand why, and it was the thing that made me always try to like save him and save us. And a lot of y'all could probably relate to that. But it's like I always had this premonition, like one day he would be on his deathbed and he would confess all his feelings, and he would tell me how much he cared, and he wished he had this life with me, and this and that and da 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 da. And when we were kids, I used to try to like stop that from happening, because I used to be like, I don't know why I could see that happening, but he needs to understand who I am to him. He needs to see me, he needs to love me, or he, when he loses me, he's gonna hurt. Like I knew that. I knew it, and I didn't know how I knew it. I didn't know how I knew it. So, but I was right. I was right. It was like over time it kept being that. So it's gotten to the point where he has lost me, because I don't have that love for him anymore. He's just a memory, but not a memory that I think about. It's a memory that like pops up when you listen to a song. Oh, it's like, oh, I remember that. But it's not something you dwell on. You get me? When I be thinking about it, I'll be like, damn, none of these masculines ever just straight up chose me. It was like I was always the, but it's like I know I'm the love of their life. You get me? It's crazy. It's like, and I used to think that it was an issue, a problem or something, but I realized that like people really be scared of love. It takes a lot to really love another person, because you got to be vulnerable and reveal yourself, show yourself. And when you meet somebody who isn't afraid to reveal themselves, show themselves, yeah, they chose a karmic path. Then it's like, I don't know, it both inspires you but intimidates you. Because sometimes I picture that. I'm like, I imagine myself being with myself. I'm a seer. You can't hide anything from me. You get me? It's like people are so attached to their phones these days. Imagine, even if you don't have nothing going on in your phone, it's still like, maybe you got screenshots, photos, things that you don't want nobody to see, right? And somebody just grab your phone and then they start going through it. That's what it's like being with a seer. You can't really hide anything. So you just have to be pure. You don't have to be perfect. Pure just means you have good intentions. And sometimes people, it reveals in people the fact that they aren't good. They don't have good intentions. They are selfish. They are, you get me? And it's like that becomes too much of a mirror. So it's never about the attraction, the pull, the chemistry. You have to understand who you are, and that just because you're magnetic, it doesn't mean that like everything you're attracting can handle you. So, and that don't mean that that's a you problem. Like, you get me? So I'm just like, I've never really been chosen by them because they couldn't handle my light. And I feel like I know my true divine masculine will be able to handle my light. It don't matter if I make him upset. It don't matter if I make it hard for him to reach me. He'll find a way. Not because I'm trying to make it complicated, because I won't make anything complicated. If you do something to me, I'm going to reflect to you the consequences. That's just how it is with me. Like, because I know I was genuine. I know I gave you the best of me. I know I was available to you. Hi, ZDTP. But you made it difficult. You pushed me away. You hurt me. So if I give you another opportunity, you got a lot to prove to me. I've already proved myself to you. You kept rejecting it, not me. So either you show me or you get gone. Next. So I don't know, but I feel like going back to everything else, tying it up, because the original question was about me preparing for union. It's like, yeah, I am, but it's more of union with myself. Like, I have my own plan for my life, and that plan is in motion. I'm just at a milestone that I hit. So, because I already saw it. So it's like when I get to these milestones, I be like a little kid just like waving their flag, running, because I'm like, we did it, Spirit, we did it. Because I remember my journey, and my journey ain't done, but like I feel it closing out, because it's like, have you ever won something? Like, I used to run track, right? And we were a team, so it's like I was always first leg. We passed the baton. We had our order. And I used to be scared because I never wanted to win. Like, I was such a sweet, shy person. Yep, exactly. That's union too. Yep. Yeah, moving into your peace. But it's like I would run first leg, and I used to always be nervous. The only thing that would make me really run was thinking about my team. But when I thought about myself, it's like I was scared to win. I was just scared to win. And that's how much I loved other people over myself, because I knew I was capable of winning. Like, I knew it was in me. I knew I was really good. I was the second fastest on my team, and I only ran 5 months. I had no training before that. I'm just naturally gifted and talented at a lot of things. So it's the things people both love and hate about me, right? But anyways, it's like when I would think about my team, then I'll run. I don't give a fuck. I gotta whoop your ass. I'm sorry. I gotta do it. Like, that's the type of girl I was. Like, I don't want to beat you, but I'm gonna. Because I used to think, like, this person's been running for 5 years, and here I come, new to it, and I'm just dusting them. Like I would feel bad. But I had to learn, like, no, I'm deserving of that, too. Like, I'm deserving to win. You get me? I'm deserving to have my victories. So I've been learning lessons since I was young. But anyways, it's like I would go first leg, and after I take off, it would get better. It's like I'm not even that scared anymore. I'm just going. And then by the time, like, we finish out the race and we won, It's like because everybody worked together really well. I don't remember what my point was because I just went into me running me I just went into me talking about me running. I had a point, but I missed it, y'all. I missed it. Black. She's still in my shirt back here. And she licking herself. Maybe that's why I'm missing it. Because I'm just distracted. I'm just talking at this point. I'm delusional. I'm sleepy. But I think I was talking about it was relating to union. I don't know. I don't know. I know that oh, I was talking about my plan for my future, but I don't know how I got to the damn relay races. But anyways, with me, with that, with my future, it's like, it's more so of me coming into balance with myself, right? The physical, the spiritual, my purpose, and celebrating like that life that I've created for myself. Because like I just gave y'all a little brief rundown on my journey. It was difficult and I was imbalanced. When you're transitioning from one life to another, everything has to go. You have to leave everything behind. That's why endings bring new beginnings. And we're constantly ending things and having a new beginning. That's why detachment is important, because it's like in order for you to have the best, you need to allow yourself to move from what hasn't been making you happy, what's been pulling you down, what hasn't been serving you, and work through your fears. That was my fear. Like, I used to be scared to win, literally, because I knew I was capable. I've never, I never really thought I was ugly. Like, my twin flame, he used to say that to me. And I used to be like, damn, he really think that of me? But he the only one because I put him on a pedestal, you get me? But it's like, I never really thought that I was. But I used to dress down. I used to not want to look my best because I was so scared of like standing out. I was so scared. That was my fears. And I think it's because I secretly knew I would be hated for it. Because it's like, if I already look good when I'm not even trying. I'm going to tell y'all this about me. Every friendship that I've ever been in, whatever they could do, I could do it, and I do it better. And they be doing it for years. They practice, and I try it, and it just takes me a month or two, and I got it down pat. So I've always been hated. I've always been like, that's why I was scared to do things, because I could just see it. Like, if I did something, I would just be hated for it. And on my journey, I had to learn to accept that. That's what comes with it. That's just what comes with it. When you have real power, that's what it is to be her or him. It's like your real power. It's not about how I physically look or any of those things. It's just who I am. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it worked. He definitely crushed my self-esteem. He crushed my self-esteem because I wanted his validation. But I always heard more voices say that I was beautiful, so I didn't really believe him. I didn't understand why he would say that, because it's like, I felt like he was lying. You get me? I felt like he was lying, because I'm like, your emotions, the way you feel, the way you act, like, you don't act like you act like I'm your girlfriend. You act like you love me. So, but I was just young and naive, so it's like I didn't really know. I'm way different than when I was younger, you guys. Like, I was very timid. I was very shy. Only people that I got comfortable with would see my personality, like who I really was. I show you guys my personalities, but it's like back then people didn't know. I would get picked on because I was quiet. And then when I had to fight, that's when they would meet my shadow. Just because you're quiet don't mean you can't put no hands on nobody. The quiet ones be having all the pent up anger. You get me? So, like, people would really try me. They would really try me. But that's one thing about me. It's like, even though I was quiet and timid and all of those things, I was never stupid. I was never like, I never gave, like, I'm not going to stand up for myself. I just don't want to fight with you. But it's really because I was scared of me. I was scared of me. I think that's the point I was making about the race. When I was scared to win, I was scared of my ability because of how I knew how powerful I was. We all know how powerful we are. It's people that try to make us feel less of ourselves. You get me? And it worked. It worked in that former life. In this life, try me. Try me. Try me. But everything that happened in the in-between, from that transition, from that former person to who I am now, there was a lot of obstacles. And that was the point that I was also making about leaving behind that lifestyle, stepping into a new one. That's the union that I'm coming into, because that old version of me is gone. So it's like my full rebirth. We have a lot of transformations, but our rebirth is when you rebuild, rebrand a whole different person, a whole different creation. I'm a different mother than I am at 18 when I had my first child. I would be a different wife this time around than I was at 21. You get me? It's like, and that version of me was someone who was a child of the world, the programming, other people's wants, desires. This version of me, it's all me. Like, no one can tell me nothing. No one can, I don't need to ask anybody permission for nothing. Everything that's in my life is what I choose. It's a choice, baby. You here by a choice. So if I choose you to be a part of my life, you better be happy. That's a big fucking deal. Because my life is great. It's peaceful. I ain't talking about the financial stuff. That's not what makes your life great. That's just evidence that you've materialized something for yourself. That's going to come regardless. But it's the peace that comes as a result of the version of you you create. All my abundance is just me having my kids, me having stability in my work, doing what I love, and being with my husband. That's it. That's my personal success. Right? Like, being able to take care of the things that I want, being able to give to my husband as well, like spoil him as well. That's it. I don't give a fuck about what nobody else wants for their life. I know what I want for mine. And I worked for it. So, and it wasn't just an external thing. It was an inner working thing. Like, I worked from it from the inside out. It's just being reflected on the outside now. Now other people can see what I worked for. But I knew what I was working for all along. It was between me and spirit. But it was going to always show. What we work for shows. What you don't work for, it shows. So at the end of the day, everybody's the creator of their reality. And it takes time. But you really got to just focus on what's in here first. So in this union, that's what it was about. It wasn't about who hurt who or da-da-da-da. But that person, that's somebody you could give a second chance to. Because they didn't start nothing with the feminine. They made mistakes. And she saw through them. but they did the right thing by not pursuing her, so they weren't all bad. You get me? Now, had they purposely played with her, then that would have been a different story. They would end up like that emoji, the punching one. But anyways, y'all, I'm for real. I'm about to go to sleep. And like I said, I will get these zodiacs out. Just be patient with me, because damn. I know y'all not bugging me, but it's the Virgo in me. I still suffer with the perfectionism of like, when I can't achieve a goal that I say I'm going to do, I get mad at myself. I beat myself up. I do. Because I want to do it, but I can't. So maybe that's my ego too, because I have to accept the fact that like I'm limited. Sometimes I'm limited. It's not enough time in the day. But anyways, like I said, I'm leaving. If this resonated with you guys, if you guys like these conversations, give me a big fat thumbs up. If you guys are new, my name is Queen She, and I'm so happy to have you. Thank you for supporting me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.